sort of their second honeymoon to reconnect in 1945, and they're out traveling, and he's researching his personal genealogy. And one of the things I thought would be interesting is if they went to Castle Leoch itself as a ruin, and actually go through the castle and walk through the halls, and Claire actually goes down into what will be her surgery. And so this is a conceptual drawing, drawing of that moment. This is Leoch, as it will appear in the show. This is Frank and Claire in a car sort of parked outside. We're using a real castle that is actually in really good condition. And so what we'll do is we'll take this shot basically of the existing castle, and then digitally we will erase chunks of it, and then set deck will come out and make it all wild and overgrown and so on. And this will be, this is a rendering of sort of Leoch when it's in the 18th century. With small structures outside, main entrance is here, columns, room is up here in this structure someplace. This is the Great Hall, courtyard's on the other side. Out in that general direction is the stables and the pasture where she goes and meets Jamie. This is a view of the courtyard. Again, ours rendering. This is really the actual castle. This is actually the castle that he's kind of laid all this on top of. There's another view. Nice. This castle, this is Doune Castle in Scotland. Our craftsmen went out and they took castings, molds of the actual stonework of the castle. Then we brought those back to the sound stages, and we're building the interior sets and using those as the actual stonework. So there's a seamless mix of what the actual architecture is. This is a historic monument, and they're letting us shoot, and they're very cooperative in Scotland and the government and all that. But we can shoot outside. Shooting inside is very difficult because it is a historic site, and it's hard to hang lights and move equipment and just do all the things you need for a production company. So it made a lot more sense for us to actually build all the interiors of Leoch on our sound stages, where we have more control. We can take the walls in and out. We can just do whatever we want to. Wow. This is a rendering of the surgery. This is sort of Claire's place. This is sort of the staircase as she comes down. She has a hearth. This is a big table, bed. This has a feeling of being down low in the bowels of the castle. There are windows in it, but they don't look out. There's wells outside of them. There's sort of light wells, so that we can have actually natural light coming into the set, but it is sort of down below ground. And then this is another angle on it.
Does any of this look like you imagined?
Yeah, that's so wow.
Yeah, it's so.
This is the stable where Claire goes and meets Jamie, when he's breaking the horse, and they have their picnics out there. Yeah. The castle in the background, like I said, this is in the actual pasture, so we'll be able to shoot this on site and sort of have a view of Leoch off in the background. And there's a different angle on the stable. It's actually going to be slightly bigger than this, because we do need him to be able to sleep up here and have sex with Claire up here. Among the many places he has sex with Claire. And we'll have the ability to put shutters on this too for winter and sort of like that. There are sort of movable shutters that sort of turn in and out. And this is Lollybrook.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This is another existing building. Artist rendition of it. About half of this structure actually exists. This is kind of a ruin. There's a very modern house right here, avoiding and erasing all the time. But we're going to use this in block 1 because there's the flashback sequence where he describes the first time he met Jack Randall, and Jack comes and attacks Jenny, and he comes and fights with her, and this is where that's going to take place. And this is sort of the reverse. There's the gate scenario on the inside of it, and a lot of the initial struggle with Jenny and the Redcoats will actually be out here. We moved it from the interior to the outside for production reasons. There's really nothing inside this building. It's literally a ruin. There are no interior floors or anything. And we're not ready to start building Lollybrook at this stage of the production, because the episodes where they go to Lollybrook are much later. Yeah. So instead of taking the time and money to build an interior for that scene, we just move the action out here. So the sequence with Jenny and Jack Randall and Jamie will play out here, and then probably the beating Jamie will take out here out front where the wagon is. And all
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty much. Oh, what's that? Oh, we're so far away. Those are the pieces we have to show you.